Cody, I always love some of your coaching tips about being better on the phone because like direct marketing is awesome, but ultimately you gotta have a phone call or a Zoom to close people. So what are some of those key tips that you're giving to people so that they can be better on the phone and not have to make as many dials to get the same results or get more results with the same amount of dials?
Me or Casey or both?
Both. Let's get the goods, man.
I'll steal Cody's. How about that?
Do it.
So I'll tell you one of the things that's been really great for our direct mail that we're responding to, direct mail leads from the carriers. It doesn't matter. If you're making an outbound call and they don't answer in the first ring, hang up and call right back. Don't leave a voicemail in the first ring. Immediately hang up and call right back. If you don't get them on the second call, then leave a voicemail. Here's the other thing, and triple. Yeah, Becky, triple dials, right? So the other thing is we've started doing, we're doing direct mail. So if we don't get them and we left them a voicemail, we've been texting them, hey Jan, this is Casey. I left you a voicemail about the reply card. You replied to me, and then we take a picture with our cell phone of the actual reply card that has them filled out in their handwriting. This is the card you sent back to me, right? And I'm responding to the card you sent back to me. That's been awesome. The other thing that we're doing is we're looking at doing the ringless voicemails. I'm not 100% sure. I'd love to hear what Cody thinks. That I feel like that may or may not get us something, but I think it goes back to Brandon, what we were saying earlier. There's lots of ways to do it. I think you got to remember that there's agencies out there that they don't consider that lead really dead ever, but they'll hit that lead 7 or 8 times in 2 or 3 different ways.
Yeah.
So direct dialing, texting, emailing, putting them in a dialer that's going to dial them or call them or excuse me, text them over the next 3 days. I mean, yeah, I think.
To your point, Casey, I know a lot of people ask, like, do you like a power dialer or manual or what? Like, find your preference. That's going to work for you. However you got to dial. I know for our team, we can call through our CRM. I want them to manually click to dial and find each person. That'll get them a process. That'll tell me who's wanting to work, but it makes them conscious of what they're doing. It's not just like, oh, this person actually answered. Now, what do I say, or get caught off guard that way? So.
Ringless voicemails, Thomas, it's a program you can buy. There's lots of people that do it, lots of companies that do it. Basically, it drops a pre-recorded voicemail into their cell phone or their home voicemail without ever ringing the phone. They just get notified that they've got a voicemail.
Yeah. And also, Ashton, why don't you jump in for a second, buddy? You just mentioned that ringless voicemails work really well. So I'm going to pick on you and share. Also, Ashton may present on some call in the future because he takes about $1,000 in leads and writes like 15 to 20K a month, by the way, which is a pretty sick return for life. But we'll do all that at a future call. I'd love to hear about the ringless voicemails or just a couple of the lead things real quick.
Yeah. So ringless voicemails, I've been using those probably the last 2 months. The company I work with kind of came out with, I'm getting a lot of feedback, a system where they do ringless voicemails. And so it's a little CRM that I'm using where they'll get text messages. And then on that first one, they also get a ringless voicemail that says, hey, this is Ashton. I'm the case manager reaching out about you fill in your type, mortgage protection, term life, whole life, final expense, however you're marketing. Please give me a call back as soon as you get this so we can verify the information you provided and get the information out you requested. Thanks. And then I got about literally 12 different scripts. And then throughout that process, like that's number 1. 5 days later, they still haven't replied. Well, here's voicemail number 2. Hey, I've been trying to contact you the last 5 days. We're really trying to get this out to you, the information you requested. Text me back if that's more convenient for you. That way we can get this information to you. And so it's constantly putting them through that funnel, through that drip, and it'll actually even auto book them. I've had appointments where I didn't even know someone booked something.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I got a Zoom appointment right now. All right, let me hop on. So they work well. It helps people know that you're not a robot. Because that's what everyone says. I'll get the first text back. Oh, I thought this was a scammer. Didn't know this was a real person. Okay. Well, how can I get this information? So I think they work really well.
Yeah.
Boom. That's good.
I think one of the things that's worked really well for us, we're using it across the board in our outbound calls. Cody trained us on this when he was out here this last summer. Hey, Jen, this is Casey. I'm the local field underwriter. I've been tasked with getting you the information you requested. It's my job to make sure you get all the information you requested. I mean, something like that, but having that tagline in there, I'm the local field underwriter. It's my job to deliver the information you requested. Just that I'm the local field underwriter has made a big difference too.
Yeah, just keeping it simple. A lot of people overcomplicate it. We want to say Betty Smith. We want to say first and last name of our names. We want to say company. Even if you do, a lot of people use senior benefits or the mortgage protection center or stuff like that. I'd rather that than your company name. I normally don't use it at all, like Casey said either. But you also got to figure out what works. Like a lot of y'all are selling different stuff. You're in different parts of the country. You're selling different products. You're working different leads. You can't all say the exact same thing. Just because it works perfectly for me or Casey or Ashton or Derek or anybody else does not mean it'll work perfectly for you, right? So you've got to figure out. Yes, you can plug into a system and a script, but you need to really kind of make stuff your own a little bit over time. Initially, just follow something and just do what somebody says. And then over time, make some tweaks and make it your own, But
going back to the very first thing Derek asked me, if I had to give any advice, it'd be all this stuff is great information and you'll gather more from from really good resources. But if you're not consistent, if you don't get up every single day and make your calls and go out and do your outbound and follow up with your follow-ups and send out your mail, you're not consistent every day and you treat this like a true business, you could get all the advice. You could have Zig Ziglar sitting on the phone with you and you still aren't going to do well. Right? You got to get up and get after it. You can't take a day off. So my guys aren't on this call, so I can say this. I've got great staff. Not staff. I hate that word. Sorry. Cody, after you said staff, now I can't stop saying staff because you say you hate that word. Now it keeps popping in my head.
Well, it was employees.
Yeah, I hate that word too.
Yeah.
I've got great team members, but there's none of them that have done this long enough to take a significant amount of time off. I didn't. Successful people don't. Do I now? Absolutely. It's usually a business trip. I went to Scottsdale. That was a business trip, but I had a blast, right? But in the beginning, if you're consistent and you just keep doing what you're doing, you'll get to the point where you've earned that time off. You've earned that extra, time. But in the beginning, I think you just got to be consistent.
Yep. All right, give it up for our guest today, Mr. Casey Peterson. Let's give a virtual round of applause, a virtual almost standing sitting ovation. Awesome job, brother. Okay.
Thanks. Good to hear
you. Thank you. Dude, thank you for your time today. Big time.
Yeah.
What'd you think? Okay, so if you enjoyed that clip, I can tell you that you get that times 6 or times 8 or times 10 every single week as a part of Rising Star. Okay, so if you enjoyed that clip, if you had a big takeaway and you want to be a part of a private exclusive membership group to help you be better at all parts of this, what we're talking about, by the way, because Rising Star, okay, CodyAskins.com/Rising Star. It is meant to help agents. We even just started a Rising Star podcast where we're taking members of the group and we're actually doing a podcast style interview / coaching session with me. And we're highlighting the success or the failures or the struggles or whatever, right? Because it's easy to highlight all the huge successes, but I want to really highlight and work and help people also that maybe are not crushing it yet, right? So we focus a lot on new agents, struggling agents, agents that are not making $1 bazillion a year yet. So that's the purpose of the Rising Star podcast. It's also the purpose of the Rising Star training program. Okay, so if you like this and you want to be a part of a training program that's currently only $88 a month, click the link below and make sure that you join this right away. Okay, so if you enjoyed this, I appreciate you watching the content. Make sure you like the video. I hope to see you on the inside of Rising Star with other members from around the world that are looking to up their game. So if you're looking up your game and you enjoy this and you want more content, because we get a weekly training accountability call, you get a secret Facebook group, you get a 2-day private workshop with me in Springfield, Missouri. You also get access to our CA Sell System with 420 training modules and quizzes. You get access to a lot, again, only $88 a month. So if you like this and you want to be a part of that, I would like to extend an invitation for you to go click the link and join Rising Star. So hopefully we'll see you on the inside. If you love this video, you know I got another one that you're going to love. I got a video just to your right here. Click on that. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love it. And I'll see you there. So let's talk about your success as a captive agent with State Farm for the first 6. What did that look like?
So
This is permission to brag